So when we start looking at different atoms now and different elements, there's a special way of writing an element which shows all the information about the mass and about the charge. And this is called the atomic symbol, which we've seen before when we first learnt about elements. So here's the atomic symbol of nitrogen. Remember that nitrogen had 7 protons. If we go back up, it has 7 protons in the nucleus and 7 neutrons. And if we have a look at the atomic symbol of nitrogen, the number at the bottom left, this is called the atomic number. And that tells us the number of protons in that particular element. So every nitrogen atom will always have 7 protons. And it's the atomic number that tells us what type of element it is. Next, at the top left, this is called the mass number. And this is talking about how much does each atom of nitrogen weigh, using our basic masses that we talked about. So for nitrogen, there are 7 protons, and each proton has a mass of 1, and 7 neutrons as well. And each neutron has a mass of 1 as well. So we can easily add that up, and that gives us our mass number of 14 here. So the mass number, that tells us the number of protons plus the neutrons. And in other words, that's how much nitrogen atoms weigh, plus neutrons. And here's a general way of writing atomic symbols. Where we have Z, that's the symbol we use for atomic number. That's just a generic way of saying atomic number. And A is the symbol we use for atomic mass. Sorry, for the mass number. And X is just the atomic symbol of whatever element we're looking at. So the symbol of that element. So let's look at a different element again, and we'll practice writing the atomic symbol out properly. So here's a bigger atom now, and actually if we counted all the protons, neutrons and electrons, we have 19 protons. We've also got 19 neutrons in the nucleus. And we've got 19 electrons as well. Because the electrons always equals the number of protons. So that means if we look on the periodic table and we find the element that has 19 protons, we find this is the element potassium. Potassium is a really important element for living things. We need to use it in all our cells for lots of different jobs. It has the symbol K, and that means the atomic number we'll put at the bottom, 19, and the mass number, we just add the protons and the neutrons, so we have 38. So there's our atomic symbol for potassium.